People would rather be told a beautiful lie as to being told the ugly truth. Popular influencer, Young Ad Hefe, got incarcerated a few days ago, and the internet was on fire. Everybody was saying what happened before we even knew what happened. And a lot of these influencers who did that and made all these egregious claims have thousands of followers, hundreds of thousands of followers, following like King Solomon, and people still follow these YouTubes and these content creators, and they believe them wholeheartedly. I just recently watched a piece of a documentary on the manosphere. These people brought in hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, preaching to young people how to treat women, how to be red pill, blue pill, black pill, whatever pill. And they had an occult following and like cultish like behaviors. Now, some of the things that they said, I do agree with. You know, I never been a manosphere type of dude because I don't follow a suit. You know what I'm saying? But they knew that they could capitalize off of these young men because the young mind is so impressionable. And nowadays we live in an era of information where you're being bombarded with so much information. You know what I'm saying? That it caught wildfire. This red pill stuff, this manosphere stuff. And a lot of these people, the problem with it is, the people who were doing it are straight nerds, straight geeks. If you had an ounce of game, you'd be able to see through it. But a lot of people nowadays lack game. I'm gonna save that for a whole nother video, right? But these dudes are straight nerds, man. And they weren't following, that's the problem with it. They weren't following the same blueprint that they were giving out. They weren't taking the same medicine that they were dishing out to people. And that's the whole problem with it. Because people will believe anything nowadays, man. And you could be anybody you want to be on the internet. You can tell all the lies you want to, and you know, tell people you this, you that, and the third. It was a popular influencer who came out, who was an image consultant, and he said he had all of these businesses, and he was trying to reshape and reframe what it was to be a high-value man. And people believed it wholeheartedly. And when he had his funeral, no one showed up. You know what I'm saying? But to come to find out, this man was a fraud. This man didn't have all the money and all the assets and all the businesses that he said that he had. You know, and although a lot of points that he made were valid, you know, the vast majority of the shit that he was talking about was bullshit. And people still believed it. Because like I said, you could be whoever you want to be on the internet. Nobody's going to check your credentials until it's too late. Until you riding off in the sunset in a brand new Corvette. You dig what I'm saying? But this man was living with somebody at the time, man. This man was roommates with somebody. You know what I'm saying? So all of those videos that he was making and getting millions of views, you know, he's faking it till he make it, which is a lot, you know, most of what everybody is doing, you know, who live in society, unless you're a part of the 1%. Let's just be all the way completely honest. But never in history of a time has it been so easy to deceive people. And the cold part about it is, in your pocket, in your living room, in your office, you have access to anything in the world beyond your imagination that you want to know, that you want to do research on. You can look it up. But people are so lazy that they don't want to do their due diligence in looking things up and doing their own research. So they'll take it from me, they'll take it from you, they'll take it from a shoe, a sock. So anybody coming on the internet saying something, they'll agree with it. It's people dying in hospitals right now because of books that, you know, a pastor says that getting a blood transfusion is against the will of God. And y'all can check out my video, Why What You Believe is Important. And I go into a deeper dive into that. But I said I wasn't gonna talk about the young Aunt Hefe case, which I'm not. I mean, that ain't none of my business, man. That man is in jail for whatever he's in jail for. I'm not a detective. I'm not a DA. I'm not none of that. I'm a regular Joe Schmo, just like whoever is that comes across this video and watches it, right? I don't have the final say, the final word on what happens to young Aunt Hefe. But I brought that up because a lot of people see things on the internet and they'll just run with it. And it starts like a wildfire, man. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm gonna end it on this note, man. Like I said, man, people would rather believe a beautiful lie as opposed to believing the ugly truth, man. This is your host, Most the Great, Day Late, Dollar Short News, live and direct, where we ride for respect. We out.